Hi, this is the micro power system. Behind me you see the solar panel. You can add 2 solar panels onto the system, and this is the main control box, and you can see a battery there on the skateboard because that's the way it's easy to get around, so long as it's got reasonably good ground underneath it. Better than lifting the thing. Right. So inside the box we have some instructions. What you have is a main battery isolator, so if you pull this fuse it will disconnect the battery from the inverter. You have the main inverter, it's 375 watts. Underneath the main inverter is the little charge controller, that's what's charging the battery from the solar panel. And you've got isolators, and you also have there a little voltage meter. So those isolators, this one disconnects the voltage meter, this one disconnects the charge controller, and this one disconnects the solar panel from the charge controller. So those should all be up and normal operation. The lights on the charge controller, the blue one is the bulk, which means the battery's relatively low and it's trying to get energy into the battery. The next one up, yellow, is absorption. That means it's around about 85% full and it's just putting a bit of extra energy in. And then float is when it's completely full and just keeping up with keeping the battery full while the sun's out, and that also keeps up with the load that's on the inverter. So if everything were to go wrong, you will pull this fuse out here like that, and you'll switch these off, and that isolates everything from the battery. And you can turn them back on in any order that you wish, pushing that back in. Now if the inverter overloads or there's some sort of fault on the inverter, what you can do is that's how you turn the power on. When the power's on, you'll see the little green light there will light up. Turn it off. Now this number 2 setting is not usually used, but that will pulse the electricity so that when a load actually is connected and turns on, then the inverter stays on. But normally you just leave the inverter on 24/7, it's fine. The inverter will turn itself off when the battery gets very low, and it will turn itself back on again when the solar charger brings the battery voltage up high enough. There are further instructions in the instruction sheet, including contact details from myself, and instructions on what the LED lights mean if there's any problems with the system. Enjoy.